South Carolina. And also she has her own social media agency. And so she would come to me and be like, well, Justin, I don't really feel connected to myself. I feel like I have so much going on. I don't know what decision or route to go in. And more importantly, I don't feel like I'm in charge of my own decisions. So I said, all right, that's cool. You come to the right place. So within 2 months of my 90-day program, I think she's closed on 2 houses, or she closed on 1 and has 1 on the way. And she has signed on a contract with Mercedes-Benz of Charlotte. So that's the business side. But what was more important was she started developing a sense of connection with her own self. Because as I shared with her when I first met her, a lot of people want their money to grow, but they're not growing internally to attract more money. So, thank you. And so, one of the most important things I worked on with Holly was removing triggers that didn't allow her to see anything past the problems in front of her. So now I have another client by the name of Miss Christina. Miss Christina, she sells insurance, and a part of selling insurance is you have to be able to pitch. You got to be able to close a pitch. And she signed on as my health coach, but within the working, she was saying, "Hey, Justin, I need help gaining more sales, closing more deals. Can you help with that?" So as a disclaimer, I'm not a close coach or a sales coach. But if you are within that realm of a commission-based business, then it's important on how you close a deal. So I said, all right, what triggers are coming up for you after your pitch to these people? She said, well, I feel like I'm scared. I feel like they don't want nothing to do with me. I feel as if they're just being nice because I'm there. They don't want to hear anything I have to say. And I affirmed to her, I said, well, if you weren't meant to be in this moment, then you wouldn't be in front of them. Every place you are in life, you were meant to be there. And so then she said, okay. So I asked her a few questions. We did a few exercises addressing the triggers that she had. And after some deep diving, what we found out was that it wasn't the people in front of her or closing the deal that was frightening her. It was a story, matter of fact, a message her mother had given her when she was a young child about, you're doing too much, you're talking too much. I need for you to give me some space. And that made her feel as if, you don't have time for me. So when it came to an objection with the companies, she didn't want to override that objection because she felt like they didn't have time. So after we addressed this trigger of not wanting to object to overcome objections, she called me a few days later saying, hey, Justin, you know that case I was telling you about? Like, yeah, what happened? She said, well, I closed it. I was like, oh, I was about to say the S word. We got children around. Yeah, my bad. But so that was very key to me. I was like, okay. So you see how well it feels to be associated with the feelings you want. And so what we gather from there is the fact that the success you want doesn't necessarily come from how smart you are, or from the backgrounds of which, schooling or just how well you know your job, or what happens inside of here. Now, for those of you who might feel as if like, hey, this type of thing isn't for me, I'm good. Well, let's see if you are really good. If you've ever been on the path of wanting to do something different, but then you have this thought in your head tell you like, well, you don't have time for that, or that's a lot of work, or X, Y, Z. That's a part of what I call a self-critic, because it's so convincing that it makes you feel like giving up is a part of the reality. And what you end up happening is you just stay in a rut, you stay depressed, or you stay having constant anxiety because you don't understand just what your mind is doing once you're approaching a new thing. Any type of new thing you might approach, always notice how you have that moment of like, should I do this or should I not do this? And this is something that I and my team, we address here at Bitcoin Vegan Transformational Services. And just for a brief, I had to overcome a lot of my own self-criticism. I'm an individual who, from a young age, me and my mother fell victim to the housing market crash in my senior year of high school. Then, in that same year, I witnessed one of my own friends get killed at a party. Then, off of that, we ended up I still went to college, but I ended up dropping out of school due to not actually addressing things that happened before going to college. So then, because a lot of times in the community they say you just have to get over it. You gotta get over witnessing, you know, types of murders. You gotta get over witnessing, believing like, am I gonna be the next person? You 16, 17 years old. So then while I was home, I also ended up going to prison for 3 years, from 21 to 24. And so I had to end up learning myself what was really going on, what was I really attracting. You know, it's not necessarily about me putting out a manifestation, but what was the message running on the backside of my mind that was keeping me stuck in the ruts and what seemed like I was going down, 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 and down, which was really a part of the journey for me to even be here today. So for all of you that were able to basically listen and really getting hold of what I was saying, I hope you walked away with some nuggets, and I hope you understand that the depths of your mind are very much real, and that you can be pulled out of slums on your mind. It could happen on your own, true indeed, but for someone to actually look at you and notice the blind spots you don't see is very pivotal. So with that being said, I am Justin Rhedrick, the owner of Bitcoin Vegan Transformational Services, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.
Y'all give it up again.